Hello on day 6. Oh, I can't believe how much has happened in almost a week. So last Friday was the surgery. Today's day 6. It's day 2 of the phase 2 diet. For breakfast, I got to have no-fat, protein-enriched yogurt, Greek yogurt, with cornflakes, which was really good. Worked well. It took me forever to eat, but everything's supposed to take me forever to eat, so that's good. And it went down well. That was hours ago. I made myself some cream soup that I'll have later for lunch and possibly dinner. I'm on target with protein. Thankfully, Greek yogurt is a great boost. You add some protein powder to Greek yogurt, which is already double the protein of regular yogurt. And when you get zero-fat Greek yogurt, by the way, it's still nice and thick. The whole reason I always hate low-fat things is not because I'm averse to low-fat. My weakness is starches. It's not that I'm allergic to low fat, and I say allergic sarcastically. It's that I don't like runny yogurt. I don't like runny anything. But zero fat Greek yogurt is thick and creamy. It's spectacular. I speak very highly of it. I got myself some zero fat and some 2% just in case the zero fat ended up being icky. But it's not. It's wonderful. So that was a hell of a protein boost. In one serving, under a cup of a bit of cornflakes. So I mixed cornflakes with the yogurt and the protein powder. I ended up with over 20 grams of protein. How great is that? So definitely on target for my day. Keeping moving. Somebody from the online group I'm part of shared with me this thing called Groove. It's basically exaggerated dancing. And I even started a little bit yesterday, when I'm moving around. So what I do now is in the living room, I always have the TV set to a pop music channel. And whenever I happen to be roaming through, if a good song with a good beat happens, well, then I move a little extra. Get a little extra, I figure anything that keeps me moving, anything that gets a little more exercise into me is bound to be a good thing. So all in all, good. Last night was the best night's sleep I've had since the surgery. I was starting to worry that I was going to only ever sleep around 3 hours at a time because literally ever since the surgery, part of it was hospital and noises, but ever since I came home, 2-3 hours tops, then I'd get sore and there'd be pain and I'd need to get up. So I still take painkillers at night for sleeping because there's extra pain, and it allows me to sleep, but none during the day. Like right now, I'm not even taking Tylenol, totally manageable. I would take it if I needed it, but I think if I don't have to, I won't. If it's not, like I said, if it's not stopping me from doing things, if it's not stopping me from, doing my dishes and bopping around a little, then I'm not going to bother taking painkillers. I've been thinking a lot recently about what it's been like once people found out, because I'm very transparent. Everyone I work with, everyone I know, my neighbors, the grocery delivery guy, everybody knows I've gone through gastric sleeve surgery. Everybody knew it was coming when I was on the liquid diet. I gotta say, I was not subtle with my joyous enjoyment of the liquid diet. Pretty much every time I took a sip, I cringed, and everyone knew it. So everyone around me knows it, but it's almost like they didn't know what box to put me in before. But once everyone found out I was getting gastric sleeve, I now fit into a box. I'm like, oh, okay. She must be one of those secret overeaters who lives in the fridge. When she's in front of us, she says no to cake. But when she's at home, she eats the whole cake. I'm sure that's her. So now everyone's decided they know me and they know exactly everything about me. And the fact that I'm not diabetic and I don't have high blood pressure and I don't have cholesterol must just be luck. And so I'm getting odd comments. It started very subtly before the surgery. But it's continuing now a little bit less subtly. And you know what? It's not luck. For 10 years now, I've been working really hard to eat more healthy, to try to be more active, even though, like I said, I have a busted out knee, to, do the things I need to do, eat better food, have a good relationship with food. And so, it's weird when all of a sudden everyone's decided now that they can put me in that box. I now fit in that box for them. And I'm sorry, I don't fit in a box. I'm not saying I don't do bad things. I didn't do bad things. Like even before the surgery, not the liquid diet, but I think only since the liquid diet do I eat breakfast regularly. It's something I've struggled with my whole life. I'm not a breakfast person, but it's not good for you. And then I'm also the kind of person who can get so busy into work that I forget to eat lunch. So what would happen at least 4 days a week is I would have one massive meal when I got home from work and then go to bed an hour or two later. Not healthy. And it doesn't matter how healthy your meal is at that point. If you're only eating one massive meal a day, it's not good for you. So that's a major flaw on my part. So if you want to put me in that box, there you go. Put me in. I fit. My other thing that I'm thankful for is I don't have a sweet tooth. Never really had. And my addiction, my thing I love the most, it's starches. I'm a starch junkie. Put a chocolate cake in front of me or a fresh loaf of bread, I'm going for the fresh loaf of bread every time. I've actually had cake that I've gotten for visitors go bad in my fridge. Ugh. Again, if I have access to good bread though, then yes, preferably with unsalted butter. Even better, if you know what Mahedrin butter is, it makes really good quality unsalted butter taste like cheap margarine. It's heaven, but at that point it becomes its own food group. So I try not to get it. Maybe one day again as a treat, but no. So yeah, that's my weakness. But even that, over the last 10 years, I've worked really hard to control my weakness. I'll give you an example. My favorite snack, chips, absolutely, chips. And I prefer plain chips. Every now and then I go on a rage, like for a while there I was eating nothing but salt and vinegar chips for weeks. But as a general rule, I like plain chips, preferably thick, something with some good crunch. Ruffles are good, that kind of thing. And it took me a long time, but in the past few years, I'm the kind of person where I can get one big bag of chips, have it sitting right there in front of me on my desk, right next to my computer, and it'll take me a week to go through it. So I've worked really hard to not overindulge on my indulgences. It obviously wasn't enough for me to shed enough weight. But it's important to me to maintain a healthy relationship with food. I'm never going to tell myself I'm never allowed something ever, except for soft drinks. Since the surgery, no bubbles. No more bubbles. But I'm good with that. That'll be another video another day. We'll talk about bubbles. But I'm never going to tell myself I'm never allowed something ever, because then all that does is make me want it that much more. So I'm always going to be of the mind that, you know what, maybe a little, maybe one day, who knows? I want to maintain a healthy relationship with food. I want to maintain a healthy relationship with my body. But most importantly, I want to get healthier. I want to be more active. I want to be more active with my kids. I want to be able to go on walks with them. I can't even remember when the last time I went on a walk. Just to walk, not to get to a destination. I'm the kind of person that basically I move as fast as my knee and my busted knee and my cane will allow me to get to wherever it is I'm going, and then I crash and try not to die. So yeah, that's my aim. I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying to be good with food, have a good relationship with it. But some of the comments are a little entertaining. So I hate to break this to you people. I don't fit in a box. I'm not lucky. I work at it. Obviously, I'm not lucky. I have thyroid cancer. Anyway, that's just my thoughts for today. It's been weird. I find people sometimes advice. It's under the guise of advice, but secretly it's judgment. And I find those moments are difficult. I'm open to all the advice in the world. I am not open to being judged. I am not down with that at all. Bugs me. But luckily, so far, I'm managing to not be too sarcastic, and I'm not making any comments, and I'm not getting myself into trouble. So far I'm being really good. And I'm going to continue following my doctor's advice to the letter, listening to my body. Every inch. I take one bite of a new food and I wait and see how it feels. I'm going to keep doing everything I need to do. And I'm going to make sure that I come out of this successful, regardless of whether or not I fit into someone's box. It is what it is, right? Besides, I'm 6 feet tall and I'm 440 pounds. I'd like to see the box you want to put me in. don't fit.